Certified nosies. Who are we? Certified nosies. We got the T. Certified nosies who paying child support. Certified nosies who lost in divorce court. Certified nosy will 50 stop being petty. Will Papos get back with Remy? Will Clarissa realize her butt ain't big? When will Rihanna take a break on having them kids? Cause we need a album.
Hey nosies, I'm Toya, your certified tea spiller, part-time detective.
When the world is so caught up, people think Beyonce only has daughters. What happened with Tiana and Aaron Pierre? Questions just left up in the air. Somebody check on Britney and Nicki Minaj too. Certified, 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 certified nosy.
Hey nosies, welcome back. Today is Sunday, so you know what that means. It is Ratchet Sunday. We're going to review the second trailer that came out for Scotty with the baby. We're also going to review the second half of where it left off last week, where someone attacked Biggie. We're going to get into all that, so y'all make sure y'all hit that like, follow, and subscribe. Well, I'm not bringing in no more tea. It's like, I'm lying. But yeah, hit that for me. All right, let's start with Scotty with the baby. Now, the second part of the trailer has been released, and all I can say about this trailer is it is messy, and it's sad, because this girl is pregnant. It's no way possible that she should be going through as much drama as she is going through. This is her first child. This, it should be happy, not all the drama that is going on. But, typical Zeus fashion, they're going to make it messy. They're going to make it full of drama. I don't even understand how they can make a show that is based on someone's pregnancy, which is supposed to be the happiest moment in their life, and they can turn that into pure drama. But my baby father, he likes drama. That's his money. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to insert some clips, some pictures, and this is what's going to be going on with Scotty with the baby when it premieres on March 29th, I believe.
Cameras real quick, because we not showing none of this. I'm telling you right now to stop.
Oh, please, Lemmy. Lemmy has been stressing me out. It's like everything he does is irritating to me.
All you think about is me and other females.
I'm talking to both of y'all. No, because you're never on my side, ever. Time. I need that for my best friend, too. You have to, bitch. Stop. He's starting to come.
He fell from up there? What the fuck? It's okay.
Everybody's dying. Go outside. Yeah.
You see what I mean? Like, she didn't know nobody had to go through all that during a pregnancy. Like, Lemmy could have made this show very relaxing, very calm. He didn't have to put in drama to sell. It's kind of tacky, and I kind of don't want to watch it. But anyway, on to the next. Baddies, USA.
Biggie, I guess, got snuck by an outsider. I just hear the commotion, but I didn't see it. It's another baddie night.
Alright, so Biggie walks in. Well, she's walking down. She thinks she fly, right? Her titties all spread apart. And she walking in, and out of nowhere, some girls come out, just punched her in the face. Like, just socked her. So, like, now Biggie fighting security everywhere. It's a big mess. It's a chaos inside the club. Some of the baddies get up because they're trying to, they hear the commotion. Natalie hear the commotion. Everybody hear the commotion. They're trying to figure out what is going on. Who is fighting? Then, of course, you have Anna Mac running around. Who's fighting? Who's fighting with her little self? And then she finally found out it's Biggie. So she tells everybody, somebody just snuck Biggie. Somebody snuck Biggie. She the first one trying to get through the crowd. That's her sister, as they said. Sidebar, because it didn't irritate me for the past couple of weeks. Like, who told them to cut her hair like that? Who told them that was a good idea? Who said, oh, that's fly, let's keep it in for three episodes? Like, just take it out. Yeah, so nothing really happened after that. It was just a whole maybe 10 minutes of just them trying to calm Biggie down. Her yelling and yelling and yelling. Where they at? Where they at? You know how Biggie do. They did all that for nothing. The girl ended up getting, dipping out before the security could even get her. But yeah, 10 minutes of that. Then we moved on to, I believe it was the scene where Yeah, it's a scene where, who was that? It is Mariah and Biggie and Satiki. They're standing outside and they're talking about what happened and how, let me back up. During that fight, it was discovered that Lil London was there, so they believe Lil London was the one that set up Biggie to get hit, or get punched in the face. So they're talking about that in this scene and how they have to go to a party for Lil London. So Biggie pretty much saying like, I'm not going. Why would I go for somebody? She's an op. Blah blah blah. And that's pretty much it. Was a filler. That whole scene was just filler. I ain't gonna lie. This whole episode was boring. So after that little filler scene, they hit over to another filler scene with Tommy Lee, and Sky, and Summer, and Nunu. And they're talking, and they're asking Tommy if she was the one that did the setup. So Tommy pretty much like, how would I do a setup? I don't know everybody everywhere we go. I don't even know nobody in Houston. So she like, pretty much admitting like, yeah, I do it, but I ain't do it this time. Pretty much she caught me, please. Yeah, so after they did that little filler, we get to the next scene where it's Natalie and she meeting up with some of the girls and she calls herself, I don't even understand why people are friends with Natalie. I can never be friends with somebody named Natalie, because like, who do you think you are? Why do you think people gotta be a flunky? Why? You got this whole show saying people gonna be a baddie and calling everybody else out, but you want everybody to take your face for you. That's weird. And if I was Jayla, I wouldn't even answer her. I would have been like, girl, bye, kiss my... But anyway, so she's sitting down with the girls and she pretty much approaching Jayla and or some of her older friends on why y'all ain't jump in, why y'all didn't defend me when Fauna was, coming at me. So pretty much, if you don't know, last week Fauna was calling Natalie out on her bullshit. She was pretty much saying like, you need to get in the paint with DTP. Y'all keep sneaking each other, go head to head. And Natalie was saying like, nah, I'm not doing none of that. I'll give her a fight. If we're going to get money, we're going to get in the ring and we're going to put it on pay-per-view and we're going to get paid for it. So they went back and forth all last week about that. So because Fana was calling Natalie out and called her out hard, she was wondering why Jayla didn't step up and why was Jayla at the club and she was standing next to DTP. Like, if she wanted to be next to Diamond the Body, what does it matter? Like, how old are we? We like, oh, don't talk, don't even be. Then y'all are TV friends. Ain't none of y'all real friends for real. Natalie was so mad and shocked that somebody caught her on her crap that she even told Fana she can get off the shelf on camera. Like, you big mad that somebody called you on your crap. But then I lost respect for Fana because at the end of the day, she went and she apologized to Natalie. I wouldn't apologize for nothing because everything she said was the truth. I would have stood on business. Now look at her, sitting there looking like somebody's child, looking like a mother getting on her kid, like Natalie's her mother and she getting on her kid. Like, why she's like, ain't no way you won't have me on TV looking like that. She should have stood on business. Yeah, so now she's back on Jayla and she's showing Jayla her phone about, I got a picture of you and you're standing next to DTB and Jayla denying it, blah, 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 blah. But here's where it gets juicy. They start playing this game. I forgot the Baddies game, whatever that card game is called, where they gotta ask questions. And Natalie started asking Lex, or the question was, what if you had sex with a baddie in the house, and if you didn't, which one? If you didn't, and you had to choose, which one would it be? So of course they get to ask Lex. They ask Lex the question, and Lex, like always, I got mine ate by someone, but I never did it to anyone. Everybody said, well, name it. I don't understand why they say name it. Everybody know the story. Why are we naming? Why? Anyway, so Natalie decides to call Summer. Summer's on the phone saying, I don't want to talk about it. You're going to have to you're going to have to ask Lex. So Lex like, that proves everything, because if I did it, she would have been hyped to say I did it. That proves everything, which had me thinking, might be true. But anyway, so here's where it gets funny, because I specifically said something about this last week where I said they pretty much asked Tavy, was it a relationship with Tavy and Fana? And she said no. They asked her, was she you know, is she into girls? And she said yes, which was shocking to everybody. But it never was shocking to me.
Give me the nose.
You know why? Because I remember that episode where Tavy grabbed Fana's face and ran to Tinka, and Fana kind of ducked. But nobody brought it up. Everybody act like they don't remember that. So do I think that her and Fana was doing something? I do. That's what I believe. Not facts. This is what I believe. So, allegedly. But yeah. Next, we have another boring scene. Another filler. Pretty much Tinka is back. Honestly, I didn't even know she was going. So, this is how boring this season is. But anyway, she's back. And we have to hear a recap of everything going on for the 100th time. They do this in every episode. They're telling Tinka about what's going on. And she's trying to figure out what's going on with Tavy and Fana. And Fana and Tavy. Of course, Fana and Tavy gets the argument again. It is so draining at this point. Get over it. It doesn't even matter. So yeah, next scene, the girls are at rehearsal. Everybody's rehearsing, doing their little 1 and 2s, performing their little corny songs. Yeah, that's what they're doing. It's a nice vibe. It seems like everybody's having fun. Biggie's not there because she's still mad about what happened the night before, understandably. So yeah, so DJ Ari, she gets on the screen and she starts to talk, and she get excited because Brandon T. Jackson is going to be the co-host. The corny comedian dude that played on, he's on It's a Lyrical Miracle, baby. Him. Yeah. He's going to be on there, and, she was saying he don't know what he's getting into. As they doing all that, Tommy walks into the little rehearsal place, and, tension is high. Everybody gets up because, Lex is on her behind for throwing that glass in her face. So they go back and forth. Tommy pointed the mic at Lex, and all I know is by the next trailer, Lex was on Tommy behind, and Tommy was trying to hit Lex with a microphone, and I know Tommy ran about 3 fades. She ran one with Lex, she ran one with Mariah Lynn, and she ran one with Smiley. But sure, Smiley got to her. Mariah Lynn, you can't really tell. Lex tore Tommy up. And for some reason, the girl who hit Biggie, she's there, and they're going to jump her. So, I believe next week is the final episode for Chapter 1. So hopefully it'll be better. It just seems like it's probably going to be a whole bunch of fights, and I'm here for it. But yeah, that's all I have for the Baddies recap of this week. Boring episode. This whole season is pretty much boring. I just can't wait to what's the other show they got with Baddies and Baddies. Yeah, they need to bring that back. Baddies Gone Wild. There you go. Baddies Gone Wild and Bad Boys. I'm so Baddies out. It is just draining. But anyway, I'm out. I'm tired. Thank y'all for listening, and I will see y'all next week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the buttons right there on the side. It's pink. You can't miss it. And continue to be up in people's business. I will see you next time.